And we are recording. So, I better mute it as well. Okay, welcome to the Sunday Zoom call, team Zoom call, and today I wanted to do something a bit different, and I wanted to go through the 4 solutions of Isagenix. So as we all know, we have weight loss, energy and performance, healthy aging, and where are we? And what's it called? And wealth creation. So we're basically just going to have 4 people come on the line tonight, and they're going to tell us a little bit about their stories, and I'm going to ask them a few questions and go from there, explain how they're using the system, why they're using it. So first person, Carolyn, I've got a few questions for you. Might have to unmute you. Can you hear me, Carolyn?
I sure can.
Cool. So first things first, can you please tell us about yourself and how you got started with Isagenix?
Yep, sure. Cool. So obviously my name's Carolyn. I got introduced to Isagenix through Bianca. I did the landmark forum with her back in June, and we became quite good friends after that. And she introduced me to the system. It's kind of, I guess, for me, just to explain a little bit about myself, I'm a New Zealand age group triathlete. I've been to the world champs for the last 2 years in a row for standard distance triathlon.
Awesome.
Which, it's really cool. It's not something I kind of ever saw myself doing from a young age, but I just kind of fell in love with the sport and turned out I was all right at it. So kind of pushed myself to get where I was. But the biggest thing for me is I train so hard, like sort of anywhere between 12 and 20 hours a week, and I'm in the pool 3 times a week, I'm running, I'm biking, I'm in the gym as well, and I've just never I've always looked in the mirror and kind of I've never seen myself as the athlete that I thought I was. Like, I didn't think I sort of fit the athlete look. I guess I didn't think I had the muscle definition or the tone and sort of full, the amount of training that I was doing. I kind of thought I should look, I don't know, a bit better than I did, kind of thing. Yeah. And I was around at Bianca's one evening, and Rachel was there, Rachel Leite, and is that her last name? I don't even know. And she was showing me some before and after pictures of her. I think she was doing the Ice Body Challenge at the time or whatever, and I was just like, damn it, like, I trained so hard. Why did I look like that, kind of thing? And Bianca just said, it's your nutrition. Like, here's a podcast, listen to this. Because I'd seen the Isagenix around and sort of thought, and I was just like, I don't just eat real food, kind of thing. Yeah. I'm fine. Like, my nutrition's fine. I know what I'm doing.
Train hard.
Anyway, exactly. Train hard, eat right, all good. And so sort of from that comment, it just kind of got me thinking. It wasn't probably for a couple of weeks. My housemate signed up because she wanted to lose some weight, and I was just like, oh, screw it, I'll just give it a shot, and see what happens. And so I started out on the products, and within like a couple of weeks, I noticed my body shape changing, and even like a good friend of mine who trains with me most days had sort of said, you're changing with like before my eyes, kind of thing. And so like instantly I could notice myself, leaning up, getting more toned. I wasn't losing any weight, but definitely like my body shape was changing. I was actually starting to look like the athlete that I thought, saw myself as. Yep. But over and above that, I guess what you're really wanting to know about is the energy and performance side of it, which, for an athlete who's training so hard and so, all the time, and, there's plenty of people out there who train a hell of a lot harder than I do, but, for me, being able to train twice a day is key. Mm-hmm. And so, recovery is massive for that. And I've definitely noticed, like, my recovery has improved massively. Like, my muscles don't get as sore, they recover quicker. I feel like they've got more in them, the next time I go to train, that kind of thing. And I definitely put that down to, the extra protein in the Isolene Pro shakes. Awesome. And the quality of the protein is definitely, a massive factor in that. Yep. But also the fact that, you are putting such good nutrition into your body. And I've always sort of, been of that school of thought, if you're just eating lots of fruit and veggies and, all the right things and whole grains and all that kind of stuff, then you're getting what you need. But, yep. after researching Isagenix and sort of seeing, you know, what they're saying about the quality of our food and that these days, I was just like, oh, am I good?
Oh, sorry. Yep. Sorry.
Oh, I just said I was muted, unmuted. Oh,
No, it's sorry.
And so yeah, like I just feel like I've got way more in me now for each training session than I ever did before. You know, I got to a point where I was training for the Worlds, which were in September, and I think must have been about, I don't know, July sometime. I remember getting out of the pool at like 7. Well, I think I'd actually gotten out early because I was just feeling so shit. And I got out of the pool and I went over and grabbed my towel and I was just kind of standing there. And my coach came up to me and was like, "Oh, are you feeling all right?" And I just burst into tears. I was just so tired and so drained. Just from the amount of training that I was doing and, you know, the sleep that I wasn't getting and things like that. And I just haven't felt like that since being on Isagenix at all.
Oh, it's so good to hear. And because you're a triathlete, you know, you're doing 3 sports into one. So you're doing your running like as much as a normal person would run, and then you're swimming as much as a swimmer would train, an athlete swimmer, and then you're cycling as much as an athlete cyclist would train, and combining that all into one sport. So it's awesome to hear you say that you're not feeling tired anymore and you've got that energy and stuff like that. Because we always see your photos and your videos up all the time. We're always cheering for you. So it's really good to hear that this has been something that's really worked well with you. And I just how have you been incorporating it into your training though? How have you been finding, like, do you have the shakes, Isolane Pro straight after you train, or are you having Isagenix Supreme before you train?
Great question. So like the Isolane Pro is, so I always have Ionics first thing in the morning, just because that's probably when it's most convenient for me.
Yep.
And then, Isolane Pro straight after training is ideal. Like, it's exactly what you need for after training. It's got, you know, enough protein in it. It's got all your nutrients. It's got the carbs to replace what you've just used. It's got the protein for recovery. You know, your muscles are getting exactly what they need straight after training. My Isolane Pro is always in a shaker in my bag, ready to go straight after training. And like the best thing about it, for me, because, you know, I'm getting out, well, not quite at the moment because I'm unemployed, but working full time, you get up, you train, you go straight from training to work, from work to training before you even have a chance to go home. So in terms of meal prep, like, you can't beat it. Like, you tuck a packet in a shaker and it's tuck some water in it and it's good to go. Like, my meal preparation time has been cut in, you know, by heaps, like by 10%, not 10%, like, you know, 10 times. I'm not spending nowhere near as much time as I was planning and prepping my meals.
Exactly. It's just so easy now, isn't it?
So easy.
Easy. And my last question for you: would you recommend it to other triathletes and other athletes?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, definitely. I mean, at the end of the day, you know what they say, like, Isagenix isn't for everybody, but I'd be hard pressed to find somebody that would not benefit from it. And, you know, I've talked to a lot of people about it, and there's a lot of triathletes out there who are of the same school, or who are of the same school of thought as I am. So they're tough nuts to crack. But 100%, I'd recommend it to athletes for sure. And, you know, you can incorporate it into your existing meal plan. You know, most athletes will have protein shakes. Most of them will use some kind of protein bar. You know, it's everything that they're using already and more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they don't necessarily need to replace meals or anything with it. They can just use it exactly as they have in their other products. And
exactly right. It's nutritional cleansing and just, you know, supplementing your body with the best nutrition on the planet. So that's
exactly
awesome to hear, Caroline. And thank you very much for your time. I know you're super busy, so thanks for calling in. And
all good, no worries. Sorry I can't stay for the rest of the call, but I'm actually at a Christmas party right now. But.
No, that's all good. Go and have a beer and something to eat on us.
Definitely will.
See you, Caroline.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
See you.
Awesome. So it's really close to me, the Energy and Performance System, because that's actually what I started on as well. And it's just amazing, you know. And the funny thing is that I was arrogant at the start because I thought, you know, I knew everything about my training. You know, I consider myself an athlete. I train all the time, and yet I was still tired. I still wasn't getting the results I wanted, everything like that. So what Carolyn said is gold. And I guess when you're approaching athletes to talk to them about this, is just ask them how their usual diet and how their nutrition is working for them. Because I guarantee you, a lot will be like Carolyn. A lot will be tired. A lot will want more energy. Just ask them, how's their nutrition going? How's it working for them? Nice and simple. But I would like to bring to the line some people that are very close to me. It's my parents, Murray and Diane Weir. So, Mum and Dad. Are you there?
Not that close of that last comment about nostril here.
Oh, right, yeah.
Hey, can you see me? Because you're drifting in and out, and I get a blue phone. Is that normal?
Yeah, it's all right. We can see and hear you. So no, that's good. But okay, sweet. So I'll just ask you a couple of quick questions anyway, Dad. And if Mum's there, she can help you too. So first question: how long have you been doing Isagenix, and how did you get started?
I think we've been on it since July, and we got on it because my son sort of handed it on to me and said, "You want to try this? It'll be really good for you." And I think the first thing that I had was a shake, and that was after a heavy night from the footy club. And then I had I had one of those icy shots, and I still haven't come down.
So, and
the other reason we tried it is because you were so passionate about it. You'd been on it for a couple of weeks, and I've never seen you so passionate about a thing like this. I know you've never tried these sorts of things before, and you had said to us that your friend had been asking you for a long time to be on it, and you'd researched it and looked at it for a long time, and you just had decided to try it, and you were buzzing. After 2 weeks on it, you were buzzing. So we thought, well, we want some of that, so we'll give it a try. But we only thought we'd just support you, and we'd probably only just try it for a while, and it wouldn't really have any effect, so it'll be all right.
So that was at the start. That was at the start, and then how do you feel now from starting in July? That's how you felt. You just did it at the start to support me, and how are you feeling now with it?
Yeah, really good. I think the big thing is just sorting out, once you get off that 30-day program that you're first on, especially for us from the headquarters of Isagenix, is sort of figuring out where you go.
Stop. What's ISA aging?
That's for the ones who are over 60.
Over 60.
The new company.
And what about for the ones over 70? What do you call them?
They'll be in with us.
They'll be in with you? Okay.
They're in the ISA ages in the last of the summer wine.
Oh, the last of summer wine, righto.
Okay. Yeah, and it's just sort of sorting out where you go after that first 30 days. And I think that's the hardest thing to sort out. But when you've got your 2 shakes and a meal a day, it's a hell of a lot easier to work out, especially if you've got an IQ like mine.
And yeah, I know that's a thing you keep saying to me. And when I come home... Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, the key for us is the 2 shakes a day, plus the and the meal at night. Mm-hmm. And we try and stick to what's what, but sometimes it can get a bit hard. But sometimes we change things around. We might have the shake might be late at night and things like that. But with the other products to go with it, the vegetables and the sachet,
mm-hmm.
and that e-shot, I'd recommend that e-shot to anybody.
Yeah.
It's like giving coke to a drug addict. Keeps you up all night. So don't have it late at night.
Righto, Dad. Cheers. Right.
So for us oldies who are really, really busy still in life, and we both teach full time, we love the convenience of it. Mm-hmm. We love the fact that we don't have to think about food. We can just get up and have our shake and feel on top of it. We eat fruit during the day and maybe half an ISA bar or whatever. We basically might have a couple of snacks here and there, but when we come home at night time, during the week, we usually make a meal. And then during the weekend, like I've been away with my girls this weekend down to Wellington, so I've had my my shakes in the morning and at night, and during the day we went out and had something for lunch together. But we love that convenience. We love the fact that we don't have to go shopping very often. It's really cool that we don't have to now. There's just the two of us at home this year for the first time. We do that. We don't have to worry about having a lot of food in the house, and that's really cool. But we've both found that we initially on the 30 days, I think you lost about no, not that much, about 8 kg, and I lost about 4 kg, and since then I've lost a little bit more, and we're feeling really good with it. We have a lot more energy, we feel. Sometimes I sleep better, sometimes I don't, so because that's always been it's been an ongoing problem for me. Other than that, we just like the lifestyle it gives us. It's a get up and go, you take it with you wherever you want to, and yeah, it's good. For years and years we've worried about 3 meals a day. Now we just have to worry about 1, and it's great.
It's excellent for going in the bush.
It's what, sorry, Dad?
It's excellent for going in the bush. The only problem that I've had is trying to plug in the mixer.
Plug in your blender, what, to a tree?
Yeah, I can't sort of find any power points up in the scrub.
Oh no, that's awesome. And I know, like, when I first started, I wasn't too sure about it, and I started talking to you, and I said, look, this is something I think, you know, we could really use. And after a week, I remember seeing Mum, and I said, look, I just got so much more energy, I'm sleeping better, and, you know, I'm feeling really healthy. And I didn't think too much about asking you guys when I first started, but when I started talking to you about it, and Mum, you said to me, oh, well, I want more sleep and I want more energy, you know. And then I realised that it wasn't about me, it was about helping you guys get started too, because I knew this would be something that we can really use as a family, and we're loving it. So, and what you say about the food, it's hard when I go home now, because I go in the pantry and there's nothing in there, and I'm going, what the hell's going on there? I can't pinch anything.
I noticed a few of my shakes. I'm down on a couple.
Yeah. Well, I don't know where they went.
Yeah. I was talking to, listening to the young lady, the triathlete, just before. Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, you know, because we're still involved with kneeboard surfing and stuff like that, and getting out and being active. And I think that's one of the big things that I've noticed, especially when we went out to Aussie, you know, in September. A lot more energy, and even the boys said that. In the divisions that we were surfing in, that we seemed to be a lot more friskier than we were. And weight loss and all that, the boards paddle easier. Though I'm not trying to lose weight. I think went down to 82 kgs from 94, and I might have crept up to 83, 84, 85, but I'm not worried about the scales anymore. The pants fit well, the belt's done right up to the last knot, so that
5 notches went up,
so you know, that's the leveler for me, because I think sometimes people get too paranoid about getting on the weights. The only people who should be on the weights should be the jockeys, so they're not cheating on the right horses.
Yes, Dad, yes. And quick thing, like you guys found you lost a bit of weight, and then have you found that you've maintained that loss? Because I know a lot of people on dieting, they have really good results, and then a month later they put all this weight back on. How are you finding the maintenance side of things, the healthy maintenance of it?
For me personally, really good. You know, we try and have always tried to eat really healthy in our lives, and Murray used to have high cholesterol a few years back, so we about 6 years back we went into vegan, and we were strictly vegan for about 5 years. And then we kind of let other things creep into our diet and stuff. So we've got a really good regime about what we eat, and we still indulge if we want to every now and again. We don't feel like that's a big no-no or anything, because that's what life's about. Sometimes you go out somewhere and you really want to have something special, and you do that. But you just get straight back on your shakes the next day, and really, you know, we find with the shakes that we just have bits and pieces. So you say there's nothing in the pantry. Well, we have a bit of hummus in the fridge. We have some rice crackers, but we don't have a lot. We have fruit. We always have fruit in the house.
Venison.
But we don't buy loaves of bread anymore. We have some eggs in there sometimes, but we just find we don't need a lot of extra bits and pieces like we do. We have some almonds and some other nuts and things every now and again, but it's just a whole different lifestyle. Our life doesn't focus around food like it used to so much. I think we used to get sort of worry about eating this or not eating that, and now we just go with the flow. And as I said, if we want to have a treat or a special treat, that's fine. We're going out for your birthday on Tuesday, well, that's fine. We'll just eat what we feel like, and tomorrow and the Wednesday morning we'll get up and have our shake, and we're back on our lifestyle diet. It's not a diet where you worry about food. It's a diet that is part of your life. So yeah, but we don't. Neither of us. Occasionally we think, oh yeah, I need to go out for a couple of more walks. I've been really busy at the end of term, end of school and stuff, and I haven't done as much exercise in the last couple of weeks as I'd like to, but we just pick that up again, and it's not because we haven't got the energy to get up, it's just the time more than anything at the moment. Too busy with whatever else is on the plate. So now Murray's off, he'll do that, but yeah.
It's been good that way, mate.
Oh, awesome.
Good lifestyle choice.
I think the bigger thing Mum hit on too is that you're not thinking about food anymore. You have a couple of shakes, and then suddenly you think, oh yeah, better have something or whatever, and you have the water. And those cleanse days, they smarten you up.
And that's one of the biggest things, is it's cleansing out those impurities, and also with I was going to say the product B, repairing those telomeres or stopping them from shortening as far, and they talk about that's the healthy aging product that's really changing people's lives. It's going to be around, and it's going to help a lot of people. So thanks very much. I think one of the key things for me is when Dad, you've been on it, I think about 3 weeks, and then you went out for a run, and you came back and said, geez, I went out for a run. And I said, oh yeah. And then you said, oh, it's the first run I've been for 15 years. So I thought, yeah, it must be working. If that's the first run Dad had been on in 15 years. And quickly, so everyone knows, how old he is. How old he is, just quickly.
Oh, 62.
And 60.
So 62 and 60. And would you recommend it to anyone, especially your generation?
Oh, it should be in every old people's home and everything. Just imagine some of those old ones in those old people's home with dementia. Give them one of those e-shots, mate. They'll be talking to everybody. They'll have new friends every day.
Oh, awesome. Well, thanks. And green tea. Lots of green tea. Thanks very much for sharing with us. And, we'll talk more later. But thanks very much for talking about that there.
Yeah. All the best to everybody else. All the best for Christmas.
Cool. So what we've got next, the next solution that we want to talk about is weight loss. And with weight loss, a friend of ours, she actually had a car crash on the way, or not on the way, but so she's, we just said, take it easy. So I thought I'd tell you a little bit about, Rach, you want to fill us in on something?
Yeah, so Kate sends her apologies, but she actually crashed her car on the way back over to South Auckland earlier on today, and the police were called, and she's fine, but the car's written off. So she's not in a very good state, so she thought it best to kind of take stock, and she says she'll be really happy to share her story with you guys again when she's not feeling as kind of anxious. So cool. Can you just give us a quick overview of how Kate's been going on the program, Rach? I can indeed. Yeah. Isaac, the video's disappeared. Sorry, the camera came up, the diary came up and my camera just disappeared. Okay, so Kate has actually been on the program for a month now. When I met her, she's very overweight. She'll say that herself, if you meet her. And for a young girl, because she's only 20, and I've said this to her. She was just in a space where she was complaining quite a lot. But it was really her state of mind was reflected in like her body. So she was just kind of not really settling into life here too well. And I just kind of reached out like an olive branch to say, hey, I'll be your friend, basically, was more than anything. But, we got talking, and she obviously had some health goals around losing some weight because, she's 20 and she's big and she's not where she wants to be. And so after a few times of kind of coming to launch parties, she decided that she would jump on the program. Now, she was like eating junk food, McDonald's. If you speak to Kate, she'll say that she didn't think, she had actually convinced herself that there would never be a day where she could go without Fanta, like fizzy Fanta. Yeah, seriously, like not even joking. She thought she had to have Fanta to get through the day.
Just because she's addicted to it almost.
Yeah. Addicted, like 100% addicted to sugar. Would be tired. She used to sleep until like midday. I'd message her and she'd just be asleep on a Saturday till like lunchtime. And yeah, so that was basically her lifestyle. She was 20 years old. She didn't do any exercise and she was just feeling, rubbish in herself. I know she, kind of covered up what she would, covered herself up and things. She wasn't out there and she just wasn't that kind of chatty. She didn't really, so like when she came round, she wouldn't make a point of kind of socializing and things. And so she started on the products a month ago. She had, I'm trying to keep this compliant because I really want to say like what weight she lost, but she has lost a considerable amount of weight without exercise. And, for that's a big thing for me to witness, because in our team, we have seen weight loss stories, but Kate's has been the most powerful for me. And that's why I suggested her coming on this call, because A, she didn't exercise, and B, all she did was change her nutrition. Like all she did was go from not using Isagenix to using Isagenix, and she lost, quite a bit of weight in that time. But not only that, if you meet this girl, it's like day and night. Like she's not even like the same person anymore. Yeah. Like she's just alive, like just alive. She completely cut refined sugar out of her diet. She hasn't had a fizzy drink since she started. She hasn't had any chocolate. Yeah. She eats like very little carbohydrate now. Yeah, completely changed her diet to fit around her Isagenix program. And her cravings completely went away. She said, well, that was one of the biggest things because she wasn't, craving sugar in the afternoon.
Craving the Fanta.
Yeah, and I was saying earlier, like to Adam and Bianca, that like the weight loss, she thought it was all going to be about the weight loss. When you hear her share a story, she was like, that's going to be like the main thing I want. But all the other stuff that she's got, and you hear this time and time again in Isagenix, but all the other stuff that she's got from this program has really been what's been beneficial to her life. Her sleep is better, her energy levels. She's joined the gym. She messaged me on like Wednesday saying, I've just done an abs class. Like this is the girl that didn't exercise, right? Like, it's just crazy. Like she's going to yoga with her workmates now. Like she's so bubbly and alive, and it's like we've breathed life into her, and I just freaking love that. I love that. That's just awesome. Especially because she's so young. Do you know what I mean? Like 20 is just so young to me. So I think Isaac wants to share something as well, because I can see him like.
Hey guys, I was just on the phone before, but a couple of things I know that Kate said a few times, and really like when we talk about how she's got more energy and she's doing just so many more things, it's like life has been breathed into her when you're looking at her share, and she shares with such passion, and she shares with just a way that really just you can't help but just be like, oh my god, this thing sounds amazing, even if she wasn't even saying it was Isagenix, whatever it is, like people will want to try this, and that's what I love about it. It's so authentic to her. And the other thing is that she said her hunger cravings she used to have for Fanta, not just Fanta, but like sugary foods and unhealthy fatty foods, all that stuff. The
drive-through was like her best friend.
It's all disappeared. She just gets so excited about that she can just eat healthy foods and get that sustenance and get that feeling of, oh my god, like I just feel satisfied now through and through. And she loves that about it. And so there's so many things she just got so stoked about in her first week, let alone the last month.
Yeah.
And she said she's done so many, she's a lot of those people who have tried different weight loss things over the years. She's one of those people. She's tried lots of different diets, lots of different things, and what she found was this was just so easy. And I heard your mum and dad sharing, Cal, how this is just so easy to implement into your lifestyle, and it's so convenient.
Yeah.
And she just got shocked by that too.
She's loving it.
And she just wasn't expecting any of all that stuff. It was just like, it'd be nice if I lost a few kgs, and that was all she wanted.
She was like saying she wakes up before her alarm now. She jumps out of bed. Like, I was just shocked that she's like joining the gym and like going to abs classes. There's all this stuff I thought was so cool. That's what 20-year-olds should be doing, right? Like, they shouldn't be freaking sat in Wendy's. Like, they should be, out there taking life on, enjoying themselves, because that's what being 20 is all about. And she wasn't doing that at all. And I just, I'm so proud of her. I'm probably just going to send this to her so that she can see this, but I'm so proud of her, and she lights me up. Like, having her around just contributes to my life, and she's amazing. And she will, she keeps this up, and she will. She'll be on that stage 100%, like, because she's in Ice Body Challenge, but just the story that goes with what she's been through. She's never not been big, like, her whole life. She can't even remember a time when she wasn't big. And we were talking the other day about at Christmas, and like, how they you overeat like massively in the UK. I was looking at the statistics about who gains the most weight globally over Christmas, and the UK is one of the highest because it's winter time. But she spent like £150 on food just for herself, like last Christmas, and that was on top of the hundreds and hundreds of pounds that her mum had already spent. She went and just got extra stuff and spent $300 on food, and just ate at Christmas. And that was just this Christmas. She's just having salmon and vegetables on the barbecue, and it's like,
it sounds delicious.
Night and day. So that's definitely more than a 30-second story, but I just wanted to share that with you guys.
And the greatest thing about this, Rach and Isaac, is that we're talking about the 4 solutions of Isagenix tonight, and weight loss, and energy and performance, and healthy aging, and wealth creations. I consider them sometimes to be superficial things, because the things that it does to people emotionally inside, and I can see it in you guys too. You love the fact that she got those results, but you love the fact that you're a part of her journey for the rest of her life. And that's way more powerful than anyone having results, or anyone losing a couple of kilos, or anyone getting bigger muscles. That's the most powerful thing about what we do. And it's great to see you guys making that connection with someone and helping someone through their journey in life. So congratulations to you guys as well. And good on Kate, just cracking into it. Love it.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, I reckon every single person on this call has either lost weight or gained weight doing this program, considering what their goals are. And for me, I wasn't even trying to lose any weight. I've lost 14 kilos now. And I'm on the energy and performance stuff, and I wasn't even trying to lose weight. But the weight I needed to lose is what took it away. And this system just, fitted in well with that, and just helped me so much. So I know exactly where you're coming from talking about Kate. And it's awesome to hear. But thank you so much, you guys. Awesome. Thanks for sharing.
No worries.
Cheers, Gal. No worries.
Awesome. Now, we've got one more solution, and our last solution is wealth creation. This last solution that Isagenix offers. And I'd like to bring to the floor Mr. Adam Nisbet and Bianca Bathurst. Come on down.
Woo!
How are you guys?
We're feeling awesome, man. We're just sitting over here inspired as heck.
It's so awesome. It's good. It's good. It's good hearing other people's results, and it's good hearing how this amazing system has changed so many people's lives. And now we want to hear about how has it changed your guys' life. Tell me, if I didn't know you guys, how has it changed your lives?
Well, first of all, we're super inspired, and what we've been kind of nudging towards on mute over here is like everyone on this call and all these stories that we've heard wouldn't have been possible if we hadn't have said yes to Isagenix 14 months ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's inspiring for us. So we're inspired by ourselves for that. and then hearing all what everyone else has achieved for themselves, and them inspiring themselves with the results that Isagenix has helped them get in the healthy aging, weight loss, and energy and performance, is just what this whole thing is all about. Like, I got great health, Bianca got great health and amazing results from this, and we just shared it. And we actually just checked before the call, and our downline has just hit 500 people that have been impacted by these products, and it all started
500.
And I can remember back when it was 0. It was just me, and I started by myself, and so it's just inspiring, man. Like, and how that's changed life for us. I'll go back to the start because
yep, for sure. Tell us where you started. Tell us your 30-second story.
Okay, so I've always been someone, and I know I've said this to you before, Cal, but I've always been someone who I know I've got a lot of self-belief, and I know that I was always meant to do something big, and I know that I was always meant to be successful at something. I knew it from a young age. I felt it. I just had no idea where I was supposed to devote that energy, and devote that passion and that drive that I know was in me. And I tried so many different things. I counted, 17 different jobs I've tried, and all of them were very different, and none of them I aligned with. I just never felt enthusiastic or excited to really put my energy into it. And I was not going to settle. I quit or got fired from those jobs because I either wasn't motivated there, or I just didn't want to be there. And so where I was right before I got started was I was on a path to become a helicopter pilot, and I did that. I became a helicopter pilot, but I knew that it still wasn't going to be my thing. It was something that I would enjoy, but it wasn't going to be something that I really wanted to just go gun-ho at. And that was when Adrian Cunningham...
Oh, sorry, I was just going to say, do you feel like your helicopters doing that, you being a pilot, do you feel it's something that you would just love to do all the time and not get paid for it? Like, you'd just love to fly around and not get paid for it? Instead, you had to try and do it for a job?
I'll tell you what, I say that to people. I say that to other pilots in the industry, and they think I'm crazy. They just think it's not possible. It's not possible to just fly whenever you want to and have dreams to own a helicopter and just be able to pay for your own hours and all of that. And I tell them, well, I'm going to do it. And they just don't think it's possible. And I'll tell you what, I didn't think it was possible as well before I got introduced to this. It was not where my thinking was. It was not where my mindset was. It wasn't in that kind of realm of possibility because, I didn't know this existed, basically.
Yeah.
And so I got introduced to Isagenix by Adrian, and he did it in a really, really amazing way. He just spoke about my traits, my personality that he thought would really click with this. And I thought, well, if he's noticed all these positive things about me, and he's saying I'll be good at this, well, I should definitely check it out. And so I went along to an event that he sent me to, with really, really clueless about what network marketing was, no experience in any health supplementation, nutrition, or network marketing. And I went and sat down, and I basically got told by several different people who spoke that day at the event that I could dream and have whatever I wanted to have. And that was all they were saying. And this was the vehicle to use to get there. And I'm so blessed to have not a single skeptical bone in my body. I'll always be open to trying things to come up with my own opinion. I might not think that it could happen, but I'll always try it and either prove myself wrong or prove myself right, whatever. And so I gave it, I came out of that event super excited. The first person I called was Isaac, and that was the first skepticism I bumped up against. My best friend sitting over there, I called him up and I said, mate, this thing is going to change our life. Let's do it. And he said, yeah, all right, bro. You always get excited about stuff. Sounds good. But he wasn't excited at all. And it didn't faze me one bit. I was just like, he's going to get on board. He'll come around soon. And so So I couldn't wait for my products to turn up, and I didn't really necessarily have any health goals that I wanted to achieve. I was just really excited about seeing what these products would do for me. And so I stopped gymming for 30 days, and I jumped on the system, and I wanted to just change my nutrition and just see what this program would do so that I could share it with other people. And if it wasn't going to do something drastic, then I wasn't going to go out there and share it. And day one, I woke up and I felt different, and I put it down to placebo effect. And so day two, day three, I woke up and I remember distinctly being in the shower and just feeling clear. I just felt, clear's the best way to describe it. And that was where the excitement from what they were telling me was possible at the event, and gelling it together with that these products are incredible kind of met. And that was basically it for me. I've never looked back since. And went on, and as you can see, Isaac got started, and we were just saying today in the car, we're four best friends, me, Bianca, Isaac, and Rach, two couples, and we're in business together. We're helping other people achieve either health, wealth, or both, and we're creating a life for ourselves that was never possible before Isagenix. And so Sam got started. I couldn't think of a more exciting person to have financial freedom with. Like, I have no idea. Like, the guy's crazy now. Imagine the guy when 10 grand dropping into his account every Tuesday morning. Who knows what that guy's going to be doing. And Benny Frost, being able to see a guy that was impacted by our decision, and then to help Sam, and then Sam's decision to help Ben, and to see today, just out at lunch, the guy's life has changed in such a positive way, and just from the environment of the culture that we're in. And we could sit here and say, and I will say it, but like, we could sit here and say all these financial gains that we've gotten from Isagenix, but really it's down to the people we get to walk this path with, the people we get to help, and all these stories that we've heard is just like, you just open your eyes. And when Rachel was sharing with Kate, like, tears almost were coming down. Bianca was like, "Why is your face so sad?" And I was like, "I'm listening to the story. This is incredible." And to just be able to do that and then earn an income from that is like mind blowing. Yeah, mind blowing. I
think you worked it on the head, Adam, because when we talk about the solution being wealth creation, and you just said, it's not about the income. Health is wealth, and you two are some of the most healthiest people I know. So therefore, you're some of the most wealthiest people I know. This is what the journey we're on. Health is wealth, and if wealth is surrounding yourself with all your friends, and you'll jump around and be mad all the time and have all this extra energy, then, and you get paid to do that, like it's a win-win. You can't, and that's right. That's what you guys are. So I got to say thank you for helping me get started, and thank you for helping everyone else. But then I've also got to go and see Ado and say, "Thanks, Ado. I know it's your birthday. Happy birthday, and thank you for getting Adam started." And then I got to talk to Cam and say, "Thanks for getting Ado started," and then talk to whoever got Cam started, and it's just a continuous thing of thank yous, and thanking those people, and they look down and say, "Well, thank you for being here with us." So that's where it's the gratitude, and that's the wealth. Yeah. That's the true wealth of this, is that everyone is so thankful for everyone else just being a part of this journey with them. So, yeah, and I know Bianca's in the back. I want to hear from you, Bianca, as well. And come on.
Well, I'll finish my bit, and then Bianca can tuck on in. So yes. just to let you guys know where I was at in my life before I actually got started financially. So when Adrian introduced it to me, I had no idea of the cost of Isagenix, and I had $62 in my account. I was 23 years old, and with $62 in your bank account, literally left over to spend on either groceries or petrol, living off a student allowance. I'm a very positive person. I've always been super happy and loving life.
Oh, yeah.
But it's very hard to think it's very hard to think big with $62 in your account with no savings and no backup. And so when I got told that the program was $700, I was shocked at how cheap it was, because I was willing to pay thousands.
Yeah.
I was gearing up for about $1.5 grand spend, and when I got told it was $700, I was blown away, and I instantly got on the phone to Mum, and my mum, being the gem that she is, $700 was in my account that day, and I got started. And so to fast forward to now, you know, I have the choice whether or not I want to work or not, and be an employee. And currently I choose not to do that, because I haven't yet found a job out there that beats this. And I probably never will. This is my career path. And this is exactly what I've chosen to do for the rest of my life. And just residual income is very hard to explain, because it has so many benefits. But I think the best one is that it gives you time, and time is something that you can never really have. You can't get more of it, and you can't get less of it. We all have 24 hours, and it just depends on where we choose to give that time of our day. Monday to Friday, Monday to Saturday, sometimes 7 days a week we work. And if it's in something that used to inspire you and doesn't inspire you anymore, or if it's something that excites you but only sometimes in certain aspects of your job, like there's disconnect. And that's what I found was happening with me. Like I was giving away a lot of my time to these jobs where I just felt a little bit disconnected, and I wasn't fully there. And
so what were you trying to find out of those jobs? What were you truly trying to find?
I was just dibbling and dabbling, Calv. I knew that it wasn't the thing, but at the end of the day, we all needed money. So I needed a paycheck to come into my...
What's one of the biggest things that you find now doing this job then? What do you find? Because I see it every day when I see you and when I talk to you, you know, what do you think you found in this job it's an emotion, I think. What do you think you found in this job that's different to those other jobs?
Well, so I've gone back to finish off my advanced flying. And I was just having a conversation with a guy in my class just the other week, and I started to talk about Isagenix, as you know, as a good network marketer does, and I shared with him how much me and Bianca earn every week, and how it's residual, and how I actually told him how much I earned that day, and I was explaining to him what cycles were, and I was showing him my phone. I was like, "See what this means?" Blah blah blah. And he was just blown away. And it kind of got me re-present to the fact that life's like that for me now. At cycles, you know, residual income comes into my account, and I'm just there studying. And I'm not actively doing any Isagenix work. I'm putting my time into another passion of mine. And yet I'm still getting paid from my business based on work I've done previously. So to me,
make you feel?
Freedom. It makes me feel secure. It makes me feel excited, because I know I can build on that by helping more people. It makes me feel excited about just the next year, the year after that. And it's an excitement that has never been present in my life in terms of my future. There was always worry or uncertainty, and now there's just certainty and excitement. And that changes when you can get that and find your place of that in your life. That changes every single day of your life, every day. And you wake up with certainty and excitement about what you're doing and what you're building. That changes everything. It's changed me so much. This whole company and this journey has changed my life in so many ways. And that's I'll let Bianca say stuff because it's just incredible.
Awesome, brother. Good to hear. And you know, there was one word I was hoping you were going to pull out, but you didn't. I was aiming for it, but you know, man, I knew you way back in London. I knew you before any of these guys knew you, and that's funny, and it's cool for me because I can look back to you now, and we used to actually meet every time I was going to the train. Adam just got off the train to get on the bus. And, you know, we'd talk and say how the weekend was. Oh, yeah, we got drunk. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. And then the thing was, man, we were both never happy. You know, we were both never happy. And I reckon right now we're happiest we've ever been. And I can always see that. There are lovely ladies sitting next to you, and she's happy because you're happy, and this whole thing has made everyone happy. So that's what's different to other jobs. How many other jobs are people really truly happy in? Well, 83% of people say they're not happy in their jobs, and we've found one that every single person who's on this call tonight is happy doing this. So Queen B, come on down, tell us, come on, talk to us.
Oh wow. So the question was, how has Isagenix changed my life? Prior to Isagenix, I was studying at uni and finished last year. I was at uni for 6 years. I put myself in a degree that I thought would basically bear fruits that would allow me a substantial amount of freedom. Mm-hmm. So I put in 6 years of hard work, and I still knew that wouldn't be the end. So the 6 years of study was just to kind of be able to even have a look in, to the career that I was looking at. So I knew then that it was going to be at least another 10 years in the industry. And it was the law industry. So legal profession is very, there's lots of words that could describe it, but it's very set in its ways. It's a very traditional, style of career, and there's a lot of hierarchy and, proving yourself, and you don't just walk in the door and get paid the big bucks. You really got to prove yourself. So that was always my mind.
What were you thinking you were going to achieve from that, from being a lawyer and stuff like that? What was your plan to achieve when you were, you'd just done those 6 years? What was the next step? What were you planning to achieve?
The next step, funnily enough, was always to take a year off. So this year for me was always going to be a year off, because I just wanted a break. Like I'd been at school, and then I went straight into uni, and I've not done any traveling. A lot of people kind of go and travel the world and then, come back and decide what they're going to do. But I knew that having to spend 6 years at uni was going to take a big chunk. And to be fair, I was actually afraid that if I didn't do it straight away after school, that I wouldn't get it done, that I would go overseas, because I just have such a love for travel, and I just have such a love for exploring new cultures and languages and, food and all of that. I just love it. It's a huge passion of mine. And I was really scared that if I just went traveling straight after school, that I wouldn't come back, or, and it was always drilled into me that you go to uni, you get a good job. That's what you do. Like that's how the world works. Both my parents didn't go to uni, and, they're almost 50. They're still working, like every day full time. There's no chance of them retiring anytime soon. It's a necessity for them. So they kind of always said to me, like, what you do is you go to uni, you get a degree, so therefore you can get the best job that you can possibly get. So the plan was to have a year off, and just to travel, just to see what came my way, just have a break. And lo and behold, Isagenix came my way. I've always been really interested, as I said, in food and particularly nutrition as well. So I've always been one to kind of do research, and I'm just really fascinated. I love to cook. I love food. I love creating, and it's just always been a big part of our family. So I was really into health, but I still wasn't feeling 100%, regardless of the fact that I had researched all these different ways of eating, and, don't eat carbs after this time, and it's best to eat, blah, 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 blah. We've all heard it. So I was attempting my best to do all these things that I'd done all this research on, but what I really felt was just such a pull in a different direction all the time around how you should eat. One blog says do one thing, one health professional says do another thing, and it just always felt like I was just tossing and, turning essentially, and I just never felt fully satisfied. It was never easy. It was always hard. Like your parents were saying, it's always like in your mind, oh, what am I going to eat, and how am I going to make this work? And 1 minute you feel like you've got it down pat, and then the next minute it's like, oh, that's a bit too hard. It's not really sustainable. So I wasn't feeling 100% regardless of everything that I thought I was doing right. How I was introduced to Isagenix was I saw a friend put her progress shots on Facebook, so her before and after photos, 30-day results, and essentially it was kind of like how Carolyn shared when she saw Rachel's photos. I was just like, what the heck? Like, that's just 30 days. What's the secret kind of thing? Because I felt like I was busting my butt.
Yeah.
And I wasn't getting the same results. So I just reached out, and she shared to me that it was a concept called nutritional cleansing. She asked if I heard of it. I said that I hadn't. As Adam said, I'm not skeptical. I'm a very open person. I was already trying heaps of different things anyway. So to me, it was just going to be another thing that I would try. I did. And, obviously 14 months later, no need to say that I fell absolutely in love with the system, the convenience of it, and just how much ease is just around it. So yes, it's convenient, but it's just also easy in the sense that, like your dad said, you don't have to think about, or if I indulge a little bit, am I going to put on heaps of weight or anything? You just always just feel, just always feel just okay. You just feel okay in your body. You just know that something's got your back, and it is a nutritional cleansing system literally has got your back. And so over the course of my journey, I released 13 kilos. If you had asked me at the start, I would not have said that I even had 13 kilos to lose, to be fair, maybe 5 or what most people say. But obviously, as we've come to learn, there's a lot of internal fat that, can really play an impact. So yeah, I managed to release that. And now just being able to go from just having that own experience myself, and then have people notice what the experience that I was having, and just ask me, and to just basically essentially just do what my friend had done and just said, nutritional cleansing, have you heard of it? Do you want to give it a go? It worked for me. It might work for you. So from that, now 14 months moving forward, my future just looks so different. And there's just no way that I could ever stop sharing this system. Mm-hmm. How could I ever go back to a life where I wasn't sharing these results that truly help people? And, one of the things that Adam and I, live by and always remind ourselves of is that, it's not about us anymore. We know that Isagenix works. We're in love. We're Isa for life. It's not about us. Mm. It's about all those other people that don't know about Isagenix, and it's our right to share it with them. We don't have a right to be selfish about that. Mm-hmm. Because imagine if my friend had been selfish about it and she didn't put her photos up, or she was like, oh, I don't want to, this is my secret kind of thing. Where would I be? Not only physically, but moving forward into what the landscape of my future looks like in terms of a career, in terms of how that's going to look for me, being a mother and being able to have kids and be with my kids and educate my kids and not be, constrained by any kind of limitations that society would have the majority of us kind of live by. Yeah. So, it's not about us, and, it's phenomenal. 500 people have been impacted.
Why? Tell the call why can that happen? Why can you stay home? What? You just said it as if it was a normal thing. It's definitely not a normal thing. So how when we have kids, how can you be there?
Because of the power of residual income, like you touched on, is that when, you help enough people with their health, the way that Isagenix works is Isagenix pays the people that share. So, moving forward, people are just going to continue to be impacted by these products as a result of Adam and I, having the impact that it had on us. And so, because we said yes, we will financially impact from that, and I won't have to be at a 9-to-5 job, because the income that will be coming in from us sharing Isagenix, and then from those people sharing Isagenix, and then from those people, and just spreading like wildfire, there'll be enough income coming into our account weekly that it's not necessary for me to trade my time to go and earn a paycheck each week. Instead, we'll be able to live off the income that Isagenix provides us. So therefore, I get to choose what I do with my time. And, you can be damn sure that if we've got kids, there's no way that I'm going to be saying, oh, I'm going to go and work for someone else and build their dream and put my kids in childcare. No way. You have kids, you want to have kids for the joy of having kids and being able to experience life with them. That, that's what it's about. And that's just obviously one aspect, let alone traveling the world and, being spontaneous and just being able to say, oh, there's this course that I want to do, but, I have to take the day off. Or, there's this thing in this festival that we just found out about in February that's a Wanderlust festival with yoga and meditation and organic foods and stuff. We want to go there and not have to say, excuse me, boss, can we have 2 days off? And that's the power of when you find something that, as Adam said, you're passionate about and works the way that the network marketing industry works. Like, one of my degrees was a business degree. It was, 3 years spent doing a business degree, and not once were we told about the power of network marketing. We're told about network marketing as a concept. Like, what? That's crazy. It's like it's the alternative, like, weird elephant in the room, like network marketing, when it's the most phenomenal, most natural, most abundant form of business that anyone could be a part of, and everyone deserves to at least know that it exists and know that they have the ability to choose to engage in it if they wish. And it's not going to be for everyone, but people need to know that it's there and they can make the choice.
And that's the real true wealth, isn't it, of this? We talk about wealth creation, but you saying that when you have kids, you want to spend time with your kids and go traveling. That's the real wealth of it. It's not the money coming in. That's the wealth creation, and that's what you guys are creating for yourself. That freedom, it's looking awesome, and that's what we're all doing. We're all creating this wealth.
And if you help,
it's not about the money; it's about helping other people to get fit and healthy.
And like, if you help enough people, you're gonna be helped. That's just how it works. Like, you don't need to worry about yourself. That will just take care of itself. Zig Ziglar, help enough people get what they want and you'll have exactly what you want. You don't need to think about whether it's going to happen. Just who can you help with this? If it's helped you, then why on earth wouldn't it help other people? If it's good enough for you, it's good enough for them. Don't be selfish.
Yeah, exactly. And like, for anyone interested in wealth creation, this is the thing of the future. I was listening to a podcast the other day. Online shopping is actually the biggest business in the world. Online shopping, so people going online, buying their food online, buying clothes online. It's actually the biggest business in the world. By 2020, network marketing will be at the same level as online shopping. And by 2025, network marketing is going to be double what online shopping is. So when you talk about it, when you talk about the business of this, that's where it's heading. Next 10 years is going to be crazy.
And Kel,
carry on. Yep.
Kel, like, we talk about like wealth creation and we say it like a title, but it can be as big or as small as you want. Like, a residual income of $100 coming into your account every week. Hello, that is mind-blowing. It doesn't have to be 1,000, 2,000, 10, 30,000 every week. Like, I know, when we were growing up with myself and my two brothers and my mum and dad, like, if $100 just dropped into their account every week just for the heck of it because they, fell in love with something and shared it with a few people, like, that would have, we didn't go on overseas holidays when we were kids, or, we didn't have, I was blessed. I had everything I didn't want for anything, but there was never enough for, like, that little bit extra. It was kind of just, we got by with what we had. But imagine that, if a family had an extra $100 or $150 a week or $500 a month, like, oh, wow, that's a game changer. So, wealth, that doesn't have to be this huge, big thing of wealth. It can be, just even getting your Isagenix products paid for every month.
Exactly.
Free health, the best health you can get, free every month.
Awesome.
I'm pretty sure if Countdown advertised a thing that, like, come in once a month and you can get a free shopping trolley worth of Countdown food every month, people will be on that like tomorrow. And that's exactly what Isagenix has for people.
Get as many avocados as you want. But no, thank you guys so much for sharing with us and just talking. And there was something I was pulling up that I was thinking in my head is, people talk about like this midlife crisis. Man, there's a massive thing called a quarter life crisis, where it's people in our age group, it's people in the start life. They get out of university, they get out of job, and they get to 25 and they go, holy shit, I don't want to do this anymore. What am I going to do? How many of those people do you see all the time? How many of those people have we got to help? Like, we've got to reach out to these people.
Man, I was one of them.
I was one of them too. And now I see a future. I never saw a future for myself. So how many people are there out there like this, like us? That's the challenge I want to give.
Everyone on the call was one of those people.
That's the challenge I've got for you for the end of this call is think about how many people around the world are like us, well, were like us before we started this Isagenix journey, and now it's our opportunity to go and help them. And that's what I reckon is the best thing about this journey. And that's what we'll end the call on tonight, guys. And thank you very much for all attending, and thank you very much for everyone that spoke. It's been awesome, and yeah, we'll see you next Sunday, and happy ice rowing to you.